YouTube, what the crap is going on? Heir of Carthage here. Sorry I've been gone so long. I think you all can deduce on your own that obviously I've been very busy with work and other things, or else I would be making you a lot of videos. Why am I so busy? Well, work is just crazy right now, and then a lot of times when I get home, man, I just need to take it easy. Plus, as you all know, I recently got married, and I like making sure that I'm putting my priorities straight, which I'm sure you all want me to do. So in any case, I will keep making you videos, and I still enjoy making you videos. I don't want there to be any confusion about that. Also, let me say, holy crap, thank you so much. I have over 30,000 subscribers now, and I haven't even been making that many videos, and yet new viewers continue to come to me. I can't tell you what an honor that is and how much I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you for viewing the videos. I really do. And all the comments and fun stuff that you do in there. Sorry that I've been slightly inactive, but I really do appreciate how much fun you all make this for me. Man, we really keep getting attacked by the Eperots down here, so I may want to muster a small army from Gramentum and go knock those guys out. I don't think they're going to cause me too much trouble, so I may just kind of ignore them just for the moment. And let me just start off with a little bit of news, because usually when I put the news at the end of the video, I don't think people get it, because not everybody always watches the video all the way to the end, especially if you're not a campaign watcher. So right now, it's kind of hard for me to make multiplayer videos just because there's not a whole lot new going on in the multiplayer. It's been out for a long time. People pretty much know the strategies. They know the units. Some of you, if you need tips, can probably go back and either watch my videos or another player's videos and catch on to that. So I probably won't make as many multiplayer videos, and part of the reason behind that is just because I have a hard time getting time to play the multiplayer right now. So I'm probably pretty rusty. Will I still keep making the Air Talks Total War episodes? I probably will. And really what I want that to be for is whenever Rome 2 comes out, so I was trying to kind of get it in the works. So I will be making those. Obviously, I've done pretty bad about getting them out every week, and I probably can't promise that they will be out every week, just considering everything. So I was kind of thinking, and you all tell me what you think. What if I switch over to doing some more campaign videos in the meantime? And then, of course, once we get a new multiplayer venue out in Rome 2, I would cover the multiplayer in great detail. Tell me what you all think of that. I want your thoughts. I'm not just going to go off and do something. I want to know what you, the viewer, want to see from me. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't make any multiplayer videos at all. I'm just saying they would be much less frequent. Because, of course, there's the new Atomo clan pack out for Shogun 2, and I thought that you all might enjoy it if I show you that campaign. So that's another thought. Just give me some of your feedback there. Alright, for this episode, I want to talk about economy, which I have blown in this particular campaign. I've not done a good job with it, so I'm going to do a little cheating here, and if you all don't know how this is done, you just click the little tilde button, which is right next to the 1 on your keyboard if you're using a keyboard like me, and then you just type in add the underscore, or add, no space, sorry, underscore money, and then you can do up to 40,000 in 1 bit. So I'm going to type in 40,000, and then I'm just going to hit the up button and enter a few times. Up, enter, up, enter, up, enter, up, enter. I'm going to give myself a bunch of money. And some of you be like, Heir, you just ruined your campaign, you cheater. Well, this campaign wasn't here to show you my prowess in campaign, or should I say my non-existent prowess. I'm just an amateur in campaign. There's really a lot of people who are a lot better at it than me. I just show these mostly for educational and entertainment purposes, so that's why I'm doing it. So don't get too mad at me. So let's talk economic strategy. So in the beginning of this campaign, you start off with some money. What should you do with that money? And the only reason I cheated is so that I'd have the money to show you this. And otherwise this would take like many turns and probably lose its effectiveness. So the best way to get money in a Rome Total Realism 2 campaign, or Rome Total Realism 7 campaign, is to build your economy, and you want to do that through your major cities. So let's take a look around Rome here, and you'll see that there's lots of, so within the borders of Roma, the actual little province here, let's see, there's hides. It looks like wheat, so the farming is good. Let's see if there's anything else that's around here. So you're looking for the little commodities out here within the province, and it looks like hides is one of the biggest things. I do believe that's in the same province. Yeah, so let's see if we can build a tanner. And the reason I'm saying that is because you want to see what resources are available out, or a tailor is what it says. You see what resources are available in the province, and then you want to build the economic building that helps you gain that, and then also you can look at the economic bonuses from each building. So let's take a look here and see if there's a tailor. So this is large city miller, and a miller's not bad because we do have access to quite a bit of grain here. Timber import, luxury import, and those imports aren't bad either because it imports resources from your other cities, which then in turn helps build Let's see, fishing grounds, pasture. We might already have a tailor built. Public baths. It's hard to say. You can go down and look at all these buildings, of course. City miller, quarry, metal, blacksmith. Yeah, for whatever reason we can't build a tailor. So in Rome, I think that one of our best bets is let's see which one of these imports creates the most income, and then we'll build that. So you got 20% from luxury resource. These bonuses are pretty big. Look, precious metal import, 30%. Sometimes these other buildings will have bonuses. See, look, tax income bonus, 30%, plus it gives my troops a bonus there. So, but I may have to have a metal import before I can build that. Let's see if I've got any type of metal import. Quarry, city miller, village stonemason. Yeah, I do have a metal import, so I can build this blacksmith. I am going to do that because I get more bonuses than just the tax income, which is a good bonus. So this is how you build your economy. You build these buildings that give you a tax bonus increase. So I'm going to queue up some of these and just show you how quick it can turn around in my economy. Now, of course, you won't start with quite this much money, but you do start with enough money to build several economic buildings. Radium is busy building already. Let's take a look at this other city here. So if I were going to build something here, let's take a look at the resources. Again, you've got hides, which a tailor would be good for. You've also got fisheries that we can build. So it looks like hides or fisheries. Let's see what we can get the best. Oh, we can do a policy improvement here too, so we may want to do that. We'll do the policy thing first. The policy is kind of like almost... the policy is kind of like, in some ways, it upgrades your city and allows you to train different troops and stuff like that. It's basically saying that you're kind of instituting a different, I don't know if that's the way to say it, like a different form of government almost there. Let's see if there's anything we can build in this city that would be helpful. We got potteries, which is a luxury resource, and I'm pretty sure we've already got, let's see, large town tailor. I don't know if we have a luxury. I'm not sure if we can build anything luxury in this city yet, unfortunately. So what we should maybe build is a trading port. That'll help. So again, you're focusing on your big cities, not your little cities. Their income is going to be insignificant compared to these. Whenever you don't have an economic building, a trading port is a great place to start because it's just going to open up more trade routes. So at least that's what I've learned so far. All this information is not, like perfect and flawless, but it's probably the best information I can give you. Let's see what we got. We can build a precious metal import, a grain import, a metal import, a city stonemason. So let's see, we probably have stone available. Marble, yeah. Let's see what tax bonuses we get from these. Get a nice tax bonus from that. Not so good from the metal import. Really good from the precious metal import. We might just build the precious metal import. And then let's go down here to Croton and see if there's anything we can do here. They do have this policy here, this Eperot policy. I actually want to get rid of that, and we'll institute my own policy, because that's probably holding me back. So we'll wait till the next turn, and we'll institute my policy there. And then we've just taken Messana, so let's take a look there. We want to fix some Roman policy there, and then we'll upgrade the city, and then in Region. This is kind of how you should use your money when you have it. Obviously, I cheated to do this. You all know that. So I'm not trying to pretend here, and I might just build another port down here. So if we end through some turns, I'll show you all how quickly this will make a difference on my economy. I'll show you kind of my income at the moment, and I won't train new troops just because that way it won't skew the income. But I'll kind of show you what I'm making now, and once some of those buildings start to finish in like 8 or 9 turns, or however long it is it takes. Some of them take quite a long time, but I'll end through a bunch of turns and just kind of give you all an idea of how much it improves your income. Tarentum expands. We're the richest faction, obviously because we're a bunch of cheaters. And there's rioting in Messana, which is not unusual because we just took over that city. And we just finished instituting some Roman policy, which we need to continue to institute in order to calm the city down, because the people there are going to be quite unhappy. There is an independent army right outside the city, but I'm not overly concerned about it. So let's take a look at my income, like I said, and I'll kind of show you what we got here, financial. Right now, like on this turn, I'm going to actually lose 34.40. So you can see that I'm actually not doing so hot for some of the profits. Oh, I forgot this city here. We can build, let's build a port there as well. Said Tarentum grew, so, oh whoops, I'm going the wrong direction for that city then. Let's see, I'm already building a building there with 9 more turns. Might be smart for me to kind of reject that, and then we'll build the other building once we get done. There we go. Okay. Like I said, I'm just going to end through some turns here and kind of show you all what happens when we get these buildings instituted. You'll see that the income goes way up in the cities where you get those. And then, of course, another important thing to do is to have a leader in each city who's managing it, because that helps you big time, having a leader there who can manage. So like I said, I'm just going to end through a bunch of turns here. Come on. And civil disorder in Messana and Croton. That's not good. Let's see if we can do anything to relieve that. I'll lower the tax rate, and that'll probably get those people off my back for just a minute. And we'll repair these buildings that is probably causing some of the unrest now. Retrain some of these troops. And then build a temple there to help add some more public order. Messana is probably just riding because we recently took it over. We'll lower the tax rate and maybe see if we can get these people back in order. It'll be kind of expensive. There we go. Let's end one more turn. The people may riot out of that town. Kind of just see what happens here. The Illyrians want a ceasefire, that's fine. Close that. Okay, I think we managed to go without riots this time. Repaired a bunch of buildings. Or nope, we do have some riots. It said we're still rioting in Messana, which isn't overly surprising. There we go. I think in the rest of our cities we should be good. I'm just going to keep ending turns here. Like I said, I think it takes sometimes up to 12 turns, sometimes even 20 turns for certain buildings to be completed just because they have such a big effect on your economy. But remember that the turns on this game, it's not just, 2 turns per year like the original Rome Total War, so it doesn't take hundreds of years to build stuff. More civil disorder is still in Messana. This city is quite unhappy, it seems like pretty consistently. But once we get that policy taken care of, it should help things. Hopefully they're not completely wrecking all my troops. They probably are. I've got enough men there that I think I can keep it in order. And then the other one was RP. That's right here. Not sure why these people were ticked off. Oh, because of a very high tax rate. I'd be ticked off too. So we'll lower that tax rate a little. We'll get that thing building, and then we'll build a temple there afterwards. We can repair some of the stuff they damaged, which will help increase the order as well. There we go. In another turn. Like I said, I just want to get these moving along. Once those trade ports open up and those buildings finish, you're going to see a substantial improvement in the income. Because like I said, a 30% tax bonus in one city is huge, whereas you look on Rome Total War, the original vanilla version, and yes, your income was driven by trade quite a bit, but not near as much as it is on this game, so it can make a huge difference. Largest faction, most advanced faction, destruction report, just repairing stuff. We didn't have any riots that time, so we'll go ahead and end another turn. I know some of you may think this is boring, but again, just want to show you what happens here. We will still be doing some attacking. Once I get my income fixed, I'll show you how much easier then that makes it to muster your armies and support armies. And then I think that what I want to do before I end this campaign is go capture Syracuse, and then maybe build a couple of ships and go around and capture a city from the Carthaginians, maybe even siege Carthage. That would be kind of fun. So, I don't want to play this on and on forever, but there are a few things that I want to do that I think would make it more entertaining. You all tell me what you think would be fun. Again, I don't want to play this forever and ever. I did this more of just kind of a show you thing. There may be some other factions on here that some of you want me to show you. I will consider that. I know a lot of you really asked me to show you Sparta, which is a pretty fun one, to be honest. And I could probably show you that. So we finished some upgrades of cities, and we actually finished improved village and market kind of thing in Gramentum. And I think we've got some more buildings getting ready to finish now. Where were those at? So Iridium, and then Tarentum. I don't know how to say these things properly because I don't speak other languages. We're going to do the policy upgrade here. It'll allow me to recruit some better troops and stuff. So definitely a good move. Plus, it usually helps public order. And then Tarentum here, we finished upgrading. There's a policy upgrade available there too, and I'm going to do it again before the economic building just because I think it helps your city. I could be wrong. We have some other economic buildings building anyway. Looks like the Gauls, the Celtiberi there, they're going to offer me trade rights. We'll take that. It would be fun to fight the Gauls. They have some interesting units. And of course it'd be very historically fun, but I'm not sure that I'll get time to do it on this campaign. Let's just keep ending these turns until I get a few of these buildings finished. I think we got 1 or 2 ports finished maybe here. Yep, so see we got some basic trade ports finished, which is always going to help. Let's take a look and see if there's been any shift in the financials yet. There already has, so you see now I'm back up to already better financials, which part of that could just be from the rioting. Obviously you lose quite a bit of money whenever cities are rioting, but you know, I still think that these ports and stuff make a difference. The temples are good to build from time to time just because it helps keep your public order up, obviously. Should be pretty clear why you want to build those. Again, basic trade ports here. If you want your population to grow faster, then build stuff like fisheries. And that'll definitely help your populations grow faster if you're wanting to upsize some of these cities. We haven't built anything in Capua here. They got a policy upgrade. So all these things, like if you start off right and you get your economy rolling right, you'll be able to actually kind of spend money like I am here. Even though I cheated, I mean, honestly, you can earn money really quick on this game if you start off and build a few of those economic buildings right, like I told you. So keep your troops minimized, build the economic buildings correctly, and you'll feel like you're kind of poor for just you know, the first 10 or 20 turns. But honestly, you can pick up really quick and just really start hauling in a lot of cash, and it'll make your campaign, you know, way more enjoyable. At least I think so. I'm just gonna go ahead and end another turn because there's nothing big going on there. No buildings completed. So there we go. Looks like another Gallic kingdom, the Averni, or that may be a Germanic kingdom. I'm not real good with history. They want an alliance and map information, so I'll just say sure. Oh no, that's a Gallic kingdom because they're way off over there in the east, or the west, sorry. I guess it's east of where I'm at right now, but west in the game. Looks like they're in the lowlands. Okay, so let's see what we got done on that turn. There is a construction report complete. Looks like we completed a policy Imperium Populi Romani, and if you want to know what it is, you just read right there. I don't have time to read all that to you. And that was completed in Messana, so this city should be a little more Romanized now. And then now we get to kind of choose where we want to take it from there. This one says, you know, it's basically gonna be kind of like a Greek Roman colony if I choose that policy, or I can choose this policy. Where I say that, I'm trying to remember. If you look on here, it tells you where they lead to. So this looks like kind of a federated state here. Let's see if we can find it on here. Yeah. So it's right here. All of them lead to this Civitas Romana, or however you say it. So I guess we can pick either one. This one increases the stability. You use a little bit of public order due to law, but you gain some due to happiness. It looks like you get some reformed Greek units. Let's see what the other one offered again. It's looking like, to be quite honest, this one's the better option. It means free community, and the other one means free and allied city or allied community. So this one's kind of letting them be a little more independent, and this one's kind of turning them into a Roman community, it looks like. Or maybe, I guess, I don't know. You know, this says free and self-governing community, and this one says privileged community granted a treaty of alliance with Rome. Let's build the allied one just for fun. We'll see what happens. I'm still building another building there. Okay, let's go ahead and end the turn again and see if we can get some more buildings completed. I just, again, want you all to see that, and then, you know, I can make an attack on someone, hopefully. Trying to think of a fun attack we could make. I have a trade agreement with the Celtiberi. Maybe there's another little city up there in the north that we could take, since we haven't done much action in the north, and I have some cities up there that would be, get a suitable husband, so we'll take him. Training complete. No buildings complete on that turn. I wonder if I have anything going on up north. Iridium would be a good staging point, and that's an independent town, so we could go yank that from them. That'd be a fun steal. We can recruit some decent units from here. We got Etruscan hoplites and some Etruscan spearmen, so we'd have some fun units to choose from there. We're finishing some more Roman policy there, but that is a number of turns in the making. I can't quite see how many, but it's got quite a few turns left. Some of the things on here take a considerable amount of time to build or research. And really, to be honest, the purpose of this episode is I just want to get to the end of the building of some of those economic buildings, which we're going to be getting quite a bit closer to, unless they were like some of the 20-turn buildings, which I guess some of them might have been. Another suitable husband. Guess we'll take him. Oh, my faction leader died down in Messana. Crap. I think I had the faction heir with him, though. We'll need to make sure of that. Go ahead and queue up that thing. Town grows. So let's see who my new faction leader is, and then we'll find out where he's at. So faction, you can go here to show the list scroll. So let's see, that's just family member, faction leader. He is in Messana, so that's good. That's him right there. He has no command stars, which is probably not a good thing. So yeah, not the best thing ever. At least I don't think he does. Nope, no command stars, so he's not much of a military faction leader, but he does have a lot of influence. But he's also not good at much else. Let's find out who the new faction heir is. Family member faction heir is in Roma, and he has not very many capabilities. So it might be good for me to pull him out of Rome and take him on a little adventure. So he's the faction heir. Maybe let's take him up to, I mean, we might want to get him a little bit of a bodyguard to go with him in case he encounters some rebel filth on the way up there. So let's see, we'll get him a unit of, well, that's cool, Principes, Triarii. So let's get some Principes, Triarii, and a unit of Equites to go with him. Kind of be like his little Praetorian guard there, and we'll send him up north and let him do some work. Let's go ahead and end the turn. And we'll let him go gain some experience. I think the Eperots just sieged me in Messana, so we'll have to break a siege, so you'll get an opportunity to see me break a siege there. That's going to be challenging, actually, because I don't... Oh, yeah, I do have my faction leader there. He just doesn't have the... got another suitable husband. We'll take that. Town grows. RP. Let's go there. Queue up that next building. Settlement besieged. So we didn't have any more buildings finished there. So let's go ahead and break the siege at Messana. We don't want that going on any longer. I've got plenty of troops probably to break this siege. I don't know, unless the Eperots came with a pretty mean army. Attack! Which they do have a fairly large one. Whether it's any good is another question. It's not bad, that's for sure. They got some Greek hoplites, some kind of light spearmen, peltast. They've got a heavy cav unit there, a full one. As long as they don't have like that crazy elite hoplite unit that they bring down here every now and then, I ought to be able to crush these guys, just because my heavy infantry is probably pretty superior to their own. Anyway, let's go see out here if we can break them. Okay, so the computer's taken up position outside the city, and they've taken position on this hill, which would definitely allow them to win the battle. So let me show you a really cheap and easy tactic for how to handle the computer when it goes hill camping. It's actually quite simple. I'm going to line my Hastati up front, and then I'm going to put my Triarii in the very rear. Not exactly an ace or triplex formation, but it'll work for now. So what I'm going to do is just reform my army over here to the side of the computer. And I am going to go ahead and group my units just momentarily. You do that by pushing G, and it's just because it'll be easier to move them while I have it in fast forward. But you can also hold down the Alt key and right click. Now you see that the computer turned to face me because the AI has been programmed to do so. And so if I keep marching, and you don't want to run because you'll tire you guys out, just leave it fast forward, take your time here, and if you'll watch, the AI will keep turning its front. And of course the AI acts slightly different in the mod, but they'll keep turning their front to face you rather than attacking you to keep the superior position, which this is a fundamental flaw in the design of the AI. And so what I'm going to do is simply march them off the hill and into the inferior position because their programming does not allow for them to keep me from capturing the high ground. You see some of my guys warmed up there just from running out the gates, but look, the AI continues to turn and face me. Now some of their peltasts are going to come forward here, but they'll probably continue to fall back. And again, look, you can see that I'm actually slowly marching them to an inferior position. Had to run my troops real quick right there. That's going to make them winded, so I'll probably sit still for just a second. Because remember, it's in fast forward. You don't want your troops to be overly tired, because once they get exhausted, it takes a long time for them to gain their stamina back. These guys are all coming back relatively quick, warmed up. Of course, how tired they are affects their morale. So look, I've effectively marched the computer right off their high ground. So like I said, this is a very clear fundamental flaw with the AI. So like they'll just continue to turn and face you. So now I can actually march downhill into the Eperots, and I will probably slay them quite easily. Okay. Alright, so now I'm in a position to make a complete downhill attack. I'm going to take the grouping off just because usually whenever you use unit grouping on this game, it just doesn't turn out well. I'm going to turn on the fire at will for a lot of my units here, and then I'll use my tree REI to help outflank. So we're going to push an attack right up here. That should put us in a really nice downhill position. All my guys are fresh, so we're in good, my Hastati are kind of warmed up. That's okay, they're kind of my crummier infantry anyway. So I'm going to wheel up here and let my Hastati see if they can unload on these peltasts. They might be in pillar range since they've got the hill advantage. Yep, they're lining up for some throws here. Not the most effective to use my pillow on these guys, but the light infantry on this game will sometimes just run and run and run from you. So I don't mind just kind of skirmishing it up with them a little bit here before I charge. So I'll let my Hastati chuck their pillow. Actually, I'm going to see if I can attack their light infantry. And then I'll take a couple of Principes up the center. My guy, I remember my general doesn't have any command stars, so this is going to be kind of challenging probably. I'm going to try and spread my line out a little bit, and then I'll use my general to see if I can do some damaging rear attacks. Those hip bays over there scare me a little bit, so I'm going to bring my tree REI over towards them on that flank. The computer's kind of falling back a little bit here. I'm going to see if I can take my tree REI all the way around the flank. I'm not sure that I want to attack the, or those are... Okay, I'm going to bring my Principes back up the hills. So see, their light infantry is running away from me. This is going to give me the opportunity to sit here and face their heavy infantry. I'm going to see if I can get my general into a position. We do have a route going over here. The tree REI do help force routes. I'm getting attacked by some spearmen there. I'm going to have to turn to face. I'm going to... The Eperot general is right here. I'm actually going to assault him with my tree REI and my general's unit. And if we can kill him, that'll actually break the Eperot morale pretty much entirely. Because they do have a lot of troops compared to me. I do have the height advantage on the terrain. But with my tree REI mixed into this fight, it's pretty certain that the Eperot general is going to get owned on pretty bad. There are some heavy cav in the vicinity, but the Eperots are not using them effectively. If we can just kill this Eperot general, that will be the end of the fight. He's routing, and there he goes.
Great gods be praised.
So now we're going to make a charge into the rear of the Eperot troops, and I'm pretty sure I can break him. So the computer did not use its heavy cav. and now it's going to cause a mass rout. They could have used their heavy cab to keep my general out of their midst. So going for the general in this game is actually similar to Napoleon Total War. If you kill the general, it causes just like an absolute chain rout sometimes, which I think is pretty cool. It's definitely a factor that should be considered. And Triarii again on this game are actually a good unit, so not to be underestimated. I'm just going to try and hammer on some of these routing troops. I might use my general to hunt down some of the larger packs of them, just because I don't want them coming back from routing, and I'm going to attack the... Oh, look there, all of them have routed. So we got a victory, and we were able to defend Messana.
Soldiers, only frightened rabbits.
Oh, kudos to my new faction leader there for a stalwart defense of Messana, pushing back an Eperot assault. There is still an independent city's nobleman out here. He's got a small army. He's a little bit of a threat to me. I cannot retrain my Republican troops here, just because I don't have the right policy instituted, but eventually once I get this other policy down, I can train some other kind of hoplites, and I could train some Toxotai to help protect my guys as well. I may do that actually. I'm going to train a couple of them because they can help wear down an enemy army before you get into the fight, and that can be helpful. I am going to go ahead and end a couple more turns, and then I think those buildings will be complete, and I'm going to call it good for this video. We were able to defend Messana there, get you a little bit of battle action, give you a few tips on how to handle the AI whenever there being a bunch of hill campers. Fortunately, the AI is easy to handle like that. You know, hill camping in an actual online match is not so easy. Did I just get attacked by the Illyrians? I think I did. Okay, so we finished the, large temple, but that's not a big deal. Let's take a look and make sure some of our big cities are still building. Looks like they are. Graventum, Croton. Let's see, large town Goldsmith, only 10%. 10%. I'm looking for the biggest tax bonus, basically, again. And it looks like the biggest one I can get is a city stonemason. So we'll build that building. See, it takes 12 turns to construct these, and then it takes even more turns to construct them once your city gets to a bigger size. Oh, I forgot about my new faction heir that I want to take up here. Faction heir. There's his little bodyguard to help him get safely to Iridium, and then we'll run an assault on the independent city up there. We do have some rebels throughout our lands, which is a nuisance, but I don't really have the money to do anything about them right now. Let's take a look at the financials. It's looking pretty bad, just because I probably bought a building or something. So let's end this turn, and I won't construct any buildings, and we'll see what my financials look like. We haven't finished a lot of those buildings yet, though. I think I still have some other buildings out there that are being built, like import buildings and stuff, that should raise my tax or my income considerably. One thing you can do is you can also look at your cities. Let's see, Rome just recruited a unit. I wonder if that's a unit I queued up. It is. Let's send those Equites up to join my faction in Heir. Why can't I pick this guy? That was kind of weird. Okay. So he's one of my consuls. There you see, it says Consul Romanus 2. So you can tell that he's one of the consuls. Consuls are the ones who can actually take a war outside the borders. Let's take a look at some of my cities that aren't doing so good. Capua is one of them that's got, some pretty bad income. Right now they're researching policy, but it would definitely help me to get rid of some of those. Equites Campani. Ooh, that'd be a cool unit. So we'll train a couple of Petites Oski and Equites Campani, and we'll knock out those stupid, what do you call them, the stupid rebels real quick, and that might help my income there. Basically, if you just look at all your big cities and try and make sure the income's good, obviously you'll be turning a big profit. But it really helps to start out the campaign right by building in just a few of those buildings. Like I said, just a few imports or just a few like tailors or whatever in the right province or luxury resources, and it will make all the difference in the world. So we completed a couple of temples. Let's see, we've almost got a new trading port there. Let's see, we got some of these other cities. Which cities am I waiting on? Or did we not end up building many? Jeez, man, I ended up building many. So I had so many. Oh, Rome's about to finish the blacksmith. And if you'll notice right now, they're running a negative 242. So we'll watch whenever that's completed. We're about to finish a trading port there. Policy and policy. I forgot Rome's pretty much the only one where we got one going. Well, I'll just use Rome as the example because I had a lot of policy stuff I needed to do apparently. Okay.
Onward! Onward!
There we go.
Prepare to ambush.
I think if we end one more turn, it'll finish the big blacksmith in Rome, and we'll take a look at their, see if it makes an income difference. It should. And that's probably all I'm going to show you for now, and then I'll come back soon, and we'll further improve the economy, and I'll kind of show you what it looks like once you get it rolling and how much money it can make you, especially the Romans. They do have a pretty big... Oh, the blacksmith's not quite finished yet. One more turn. We did finish a couple more trading ports, though. So let's see, I haven't trained any troops or anything this turn, so my income still not looking good, and I do want to see what that income looks like once we turn around one turn of having, you know, that blacksmith complete up in Rome. I do think that it'll make a decent difference. Let's go ahead and end that turn. I think my faction heir made it up to Aretium. Okay, let's check out Rome. It didn't make as much of a difference as I thought. I sure thought it would. Huh. Well, I guess that was all for now. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe it does make a difference. I'm just not seeing it here. Let's take a look at the financials. Or no, that's because I retrained all these units here. Let's go back in here. Where did I retrain all those units at? Did I do it there? Let's dump the retrain on all these guys and see what my... Or maybe I have to end one more turn to see the effect it makes. I don't know. Let me just end one more turn and let's take a look. Go ahead and start building a new building here. Luxury resources at 20. 30% precious metal import. Take 13 turns. See what we get here. Obviously you can see that I've still got to work on my economic skills. I'm not exactly the champion. Nope, Rome's not getting any better. So I guess I just need more buildings, and plus I've trained some more troops and stuff, and that might have made things worse. So, you know, I told you this was going to be all about financials. I guess that we needed even more time, because I had to build so many temples and do so many policy upgrades that it really didn't make much of a difference. So I guess maybe whenever we come back next time I'll show you some more on economy, but I mean, I promise you I am giving you the right ideas here as far as building those buildings. Any other comments you have, leave it down there, and we'll discuss it as we get further into the game. Anyway, Heir of Carthage signing off for now. Hope you enjoyed this. Give me some suggestions on the last few things you want to see me do in this campaign, and tell me what you want to see coming up.